How is it that here my mind is engaged in high topics and finds dwelling on them easy and pleasant? When I return home, I find myself forgetting all I have learned here, worrying and fretting, unable to remember my real nature, even for a moment. What may be the cause, Maharaj? It is your childlessness you are returning to. You are not fully grown up. There are levels left undeveloped because unattended. Just give full attention to what in you is crude and primitive, unreasonable and unkind, altogether childish, and you will ripen. It is the maturity of heart and mind that is essential. It comes effortlessly when the main obstacle is removed. In attention, unawareness. In awareness, you grow. Questioner: we have been staying at the Satya Sai Baba ashram for some time. We have also spent 2 months at Sri Ramana ashram at Tiruvannamalai. Now we are on our way back to the United States. Maharaj, did India cause any change in you? Questioner: we feel we have shed our burden. Sri Satya Sai Baba told us to leave everything to him and just live from day to day as righteously as possible. Be good and leave the rest to me, he used to tell us. Maharaj, what were you doing at the Sri Ramanashram? Questioner: we were going on with the mantra given to us by the Guru. We also did some meditation. There was not much of thinking or study. We were just trying to keep quiet. We are on the bhakti path and rather poor in philosophy. We have not much to think about. Just trust our Guru and live our lives. Maharaj, most bhaktas trust their Guru only as long as all is well with them. When troubles come, they feel let down and go out in search of another Guru. Questioner: yes, we were warned against this danger. We are trying to take the hard along with the soft. The feeling all is grace must be very strong. A sadhu was walking eastwards from where a strong wind started blowing. The sadhu just turned round and walked west. We hope to live just like that, adjusting ourselves to circumstances as sent us by our Guru. Maharaj, there is only life, there is nobody who lives a life. Questioner: that we understand, yet constantly we make attempts to live our lives instead of just living. Making plans for the future seems to be an inveterate habit with us. Maharaj, whether you plan or don't, life goes on. But in life itself, a little eddy arises in the mind, which indulges in fantasies and imagines itself dominating and controlling life. Life itself is desireless, but the false self wants to continue pleasantly. Therefore, it is always engaged in ensuring one's continuity. Life is unafraid and free. As long as you have the idea of influencing events, liberation is not for you. The very notion of doership, of being a cause, is bondage. Questioner: how can we overcome the duality of the doer and the done? Maharaj, contemplate life as infinite, undivided, ever present, ever active, until you realize yourself as one with it. It is not even very difficult, for you will be returning only to your own natural condition. Once you realize that all comes from within, that the world in which you live has not been projected onto you, but by you, your fear comes to an end. Without this realization, you identify yourself with the externals, like the body, mind, society, nation, and humanity, even God or the Absolute. But these are all escapes from fear. It is only when you fully accept your responsibility for the little world in which you live and watch the process of its creation, preservation, and destruction that you may be free from your imaginary bondage. Questioner: why should I imagine myself so wretched? Maharaj, you do it by habit only. Change your ways of feeling and thinking. Take stock of them and examine them closely. You are in bondage by inadvertence. Attention liberates. You are taking so many things for granted. Begin to question. The most obvious things are the most doubtful. Ask yourself such question as, was I really born? Am I really so and so? How do I know that I exist? Who are my parents? Have they created me? Or have I created them? Must I believe all I am told about myself? Who am I anyhow? You have put so much energy into building a prison for yourself. Now spend as much on demolishing it. In fact, demolition is easy, for the false dissolves when it is discovered. All hangs on the idea I am. Examine it very thoroughly. It lies at the root of every trouble. It is a sort of skin that separates you from the reality. The real is both within and without the skin. But the skin itself is not real. This I am idea was not born with you. You could have lived very well without it. It came later due to your self identification with the body. It created an illusion of separation where there was none. It made you a stranger in your own world and made the world alien and inimical. Without the sense of I am, life goes on. There are moments when we are without the sense of I am, at peace and happy. With the return of the I am, trouble starts.